The millionaire's daughter had just 3 days to live, until a street kid did the impossible. The rain poured mercilessly over the city that night, washing away the neon reflections of luxury cars and skyscrapers. But down an alleyway, beneath a broken streetlight, a boy of about 12 crouched beside a shivering stray dog, wrapping it in his torn jacket. His name was Eli, and though the world had given him nothing, his heart overflowed with compassion. Just a few miles away, behind the tall iron gates of the city's grandest mansion, Alexander Grant, a self-made millionaire, stood in silence by his daughter's bedside. Lila, his 8-year-old, lay pale and weak, her breath shallow. Machines beeped softly, marking the rhythm of a fragile life slipping away. The doctors had spoken plainly earlier that morning. She has 3 days at most. Without a rare donor match, there's nothing more we can do. Alexander's world, once built on power and success, was crumbling. His business empire meant nothing now. His fortune couldn't buy what mattered most, his daughter's heartbeat. The first encounter the next morning, Eli was at the hospital dumpster, searching for bottles to sell when he overheard a conversation between two nurses. "It's such a shame," one said. "Mr. Grant's daughter only has 3 days left. No match in the entire database." Eli froze. He didn't know why, but the word struck something inside him. Maybe it was the way the nurse said it, hopeless, final. Maybe it was because he'd lost his own sister years ago to an illness no one could afford to treat. Without thinking, he followed the nurses inside. Security tried to stop him, but he slipped through the crowd and found himself staring through the glass of the pediatric ICU. There she was, Lila, fragile yet somehow glowing, holding a tiny stuffed bunny close to her chest. Even from afar, Eli could see the sparkle in her eyes as she smiled at the nurse. She didn't look like she was dying. She looked like she still believed in something. When Alexander saw the boy standing there, dirty and barefoot, he frowned. "Who are you? What are you doing here?" Eli hesitated. I heard about your daughter. I just wanted to see her." "I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean any harm." Something about the boy's trembling sincerity made Alexander pause. Normally, he'd have ordered security to throw him out, but tonight he just sighed. "You wouldn't understand," he muttered. "She needs a miracle." Eli looked through the window again. "Then maybe it's time to believe in one," he whispered. A desperate search that night. Eli couldn't sleep. He sat beneath the bridge, staring at the stars and thinking of Lila's pale face. He had no money, no home, but he had determination. The next morning, he went to every clinic he knew, asking about blood donations, compatibility, and transplants. Most laughed at him. "You're just a kid. Go home." But Eli didn't stop. He spent his last few coins taking buses across the city, waiting in lines, signing up for tests. Finally, a weary nurse at a small free clinic drew his blood and entered it into the system. "It's a long shot, kid," she said, "but you've got heart." 2 days later, as Alexander sat hopelessly by Lila's bedside, his phone rang. It was the hospital. "Mr. Grant, we found a match." Alexander leapt to his feet. "Where? Who?" The doctor hesitated. "It's a child donor. No records, no family. He showed up at multiple clinics trying to help. Says his name is Eli." The sacrifice. When Alexander saw Eli again, he was speechless. The boy stood in the hospital hallway, barefoot and smiling softly. "I told you miracles happen," he said. "But you're just a kid." Alexander's voice broke. "Do you even understand what this means?" Eli nodded. "They said I could help her, and that's enough." Tears welled up in Alexander's eyes for the first time in years. He'd built skyscrapers, conquered markets, but he'd never met courage like this. The doctors explained that Eli's bone marrow could save Lila's life. The procedure was risky and painful, especially for a child. But Eli didn't hesitate. "If it means she can dance again, I'll do it." As they wheeled him into surgery, he looked up at Alexander. "Promise me one thing. Don't let her forget to smile." The miracle. The surgery lasted hours. Alexander paced the halls endlessly, every minute feeling like a lifetime. Finally, The doctor emerged with tired eyes, but a faint smile. She's responding well. The transplant worked. Alexander exhaled in disbelief, tears streaming down his face. And the boy? He's resting, the doctor said. Weak but alive. He'll recover. For the first time, Alexander didn't care about meetings, deals, or wealth. He just wanted to see them both. When Lila woke up days later, her first words were, "Daddy, where's Eli?" Alexander smiled through tears. "He's right next door." She insisted on seeing him. When the nurse rolled her bed beside his, Eli's face lit up. "Told you miracles happen," he whispered. Lila reached out her tiny hand. "Thank you for giving me life." Eli smiled faintly. "Just promise you'll live it enough for both of us." The transformation weeks later, when both children were strong enough, Alexander held a small ceremony at the hospital garden. He announced a new foundation, the Eli Grant Foundation, to help sick children without families get the care they deserved. He adopted Eli, giving him a home, a school, and the love he'd been denied. But when reporters asked why a millionaire would take in a street kid, Alexander only said, "Because he taught me what it means to be truly rich." Years passed, and the mansion that once felt cold now echoed with laughter. Lila danced again, her legs strong, her spirit brighter than ever, while Eli watched proudly from the piano bench, playing her favorite tune. And every evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Alexander would look at them and whisper a silent prayer of gratitude. Because sometimes miracles don't fall from the sky. Sometimes they wear tattered shoes and carry hope in their hearts. Moral: dizzy true wealth isn't in money or power. It's in the courage to give, the heart to love, and the miracles we create for one another.